Hello, everyone, and Madayaw. It's me, Teacher Maita. Welcome to another video, and I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to be giving you an overall on the Philippine art industry. So it's like art industry at a glance, the Philippine art industry at a glance. So I can't cover everything here, but I am going to cover most of the 21st century emerging ones. All right. Um, I have a previous video on 21st century skills as a Filipino artist. If you've watched that, I hope you can apply what you've watched here. And I hope this inspires you to go into some of the newer, bolder industries that we have and see where you want to belong. Because the art industry is very big. There's so many occupations that you can go into. So it's up to you to choose which industry you want to go into, what type of occupation you want to be in that industry, because it is very big. And let's start, shall we? Let's first go to visual arts. So visual arts is the biggest because this is what we've known for a very long time. So visual arts take the form of 2D and 3D art. So what are the occupations in this field? For 2D, you have painters, lithographers, sketch artists, illustrators, cartoonists, tattoo artists, medical illustrators, and more. There are more. For 3D, sculptors, potters, mosaic artists, stained glass artists, installation artists, and engravers. There are more, but here are just some of the examples that I've seen in the industry that are big in our industry. So other occupations in visual arts, you could be an archivist, art consultant, art editor, art gallery director, curator. You know, it's big money curating stuff. Furniture designer, graphic designer, historian, art dealer, art buyer, and of course, I forgot to put here, fashion designer. Now let's go to performing arts. Do you remember our lessons on what is performing arts? I think I made a video on that, so you can go through my YouTube channel to find that video. Remember how many kinds of performances there are? A lot. So let's try naming a few, and hopefully you can also name a few professions. So here are some occupations in the performing arts space. Performer side and non-performer side. So you could be the performer, dancer, singer, actor. You could be teacher, coach, mentor, director, drama therapist, choreographer, cinematographer, broadcaster, presenter, host. For the non-performance side, you could be the agent, special effects technician, product production designer, the playwright or screenwriter, poster designer, set designer, lighting or music technicians, costume designers. There are more, of course, but those are just some on the top of my head. Now, these are the newer ones. Okay, these ones are a delve into the newer 21st century industry in the arts. They would they would fall here in the outsource industry. Outsource or business processing outsource. It's a very hot industry. So this accounts for 15%. The Philippines accounts for 15% of the global BPO industry. It's global, like the whole world. The 15% of the world hire us. So yeah, I think our strongest suit really is manpower because I think our OFW GDP is somewhere like also 30% or something. So it's a big percentage. And then our BPO industry is 15% of the world. So it was actually keeping our economy afloat even during the lockdown period. Because even during the lockdown, the BPOs did not stop. We could not stop because we were servicing the world. So we cannot stop. And it's one of the few industries who were allowed to continue even amidst the lockdown. All right, so outsource industry in the Philippines. What exactly do we outsource? So we have the largest private employers in the country. We employ over millions of people here. So what are these? Especially now in the art industry, what are the things that we're um, outsourcing? Is it just call center? When you say BPO, the first thing that people think is just a call center. Believe it or not, no, we have voice and non-voice services, and we service all kinds of things, including but not limited to the artistic things, the creative outsource industry in the Philippines. So creative process outsourcing is very big money. We outsource all kinds of digital services from arts, graphics, animation, games, programming, architectural designs, voiceover, motion capture cleanup, and more. So big or small, what do we do here? Actually, our creative process outsourcing is not limited to big companies. We have the independents, and I talked to some, independent on their own. So I asked, how are you getting how are you getting clients? And they're like, we're using bridging platforms like Fiverr, Odesk, Upwork, Guru, Freelancer. We get our clients from there. And after a year or two with working for them there, um, we jump out of the platform and work with them directly. That way, the platforms don't need to take a big percentage from their earnings. So smart. Nice. All right. So one of the biggest outsource that we do is the games industry. So game production industry is regulated by GDAP, or the Game Development Association of the Philippines, which is supported and regulated by the IT and Business Processing Association of the Philippines, or IBPAP, and the DTI, or Department of Trade and Industry. So here is the website for GDAP. You can go to gdap.org.ph. So we do all kinds of outsourcing and our own games. The animation industry, like GDAP, the animation sector has an association that protects and polices the companies. So it's called Animation Council of the Philippines, or ACPI. It's composed of big and small companies and schools who offer animation. So I just got this picture from their Facebook. I think Animación moved online since the lockdown, so I have a feeling that they're gonna push through this yet again. So we have a Philippine Animation Festival, which is very nice. So I don't know any other country who do have that, or a small country have that. So I'm very proud that we have that here. So have you noticed something among all the industries that I have mentioned, especially the 21st century one? Notice that many art industry cross each other. Like animation actually works well with the game industry, and the game industry needs the visual arts and the performing arts side. So these art industries will cross each other. So if you made a boo-boo in one of the industry, it's not long before everybody knows that. So you better be careful when you're doing business, or when you are doing something. If you want to deliver to a client, make sure you deliver. So yeah. And also, have you noticed that most 21st century art occupation is technology driven, very technology driven? I think I've taken them up in the previous video. Yeah, we really need to be tech savvy. Uh, we don't have to be programmer level, but we need to know enough to navigate this new world, because we are competing on a global level. We would love to compete on a global level. We are already competing at a global level. So we have to teach the students how to compete in this global level. And if you want to compete in this global level, you need to be technology driven. You need to leverage social media. you need to know one or two art programs, even if it's just Canva, even if it's just GIMP. You need enough to survive this art industry. You cannot stagnate. So I graduated, 10 years ago, and I don't stop studying. Even the online courses, take whatever online courses that you can get, take every workshop free and with pay that you can get, take them all, upskill, upskill. You cannot just stagnate. In the previous video, we had an exercise where you have what you want to do versus what you can do, where you list down your skills. And at the end of it, if you don't have enough skills to achieve what you want to become, then what are you doing about it? What steps are you taking to get there? So everything is at our fingertips now. You can study it and click on the button. There's YouTube, there's free books, there's blogs that will educate you on how to upskill yourself. So there is no excuse. The only thing that's holding you back is you. So nobody can motivate you but yourself. So I hope a delve into the Philippine art industry would give you a scenario of what are the art industries present in our country. There are more, of course. These are just what I can think of at the moment. So I would highly, highly, highly advise everyone to upskill themselves. Learn more than one skill. You don't have to be genius level at it, but you need enough to survive. Because when a client comes to you, when an employer hires you, they would like to hire someone that has the know-how in several fields, and then they will just specialize in one or two when they hire you because then they can train you. But if you have zero skills or you only have one skill and all others like nil, I'm just gonna hire you, right? So that's the bottom line. All right, think hard. Remember the skills that you've listed in the previous video? I hope you go watch that video. What industry here that you want to get into? Is there something that interests you maybe? So, and what are the steps, of course, that you're willing to take if you want to get into that industry? So thank you everyone for joining me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much. You may connect with me. Let me know what you want to find out in the future. Let me know if this is very relevant to you. And if you're a teacher, send me a hi. Is there something that's very relevant to your class right now? Or there are some things that I can release to the public? I have made a lot of videos, but not everything is released to the public because I'm using some of those exclusively where I teach. Alrighty, thank you everyone and see you again soon. This is Teacher Maita and Madaya.